This next activity is called the total behaviour car, and I guess the reason why I've turned it into a car is because there's 4 different sections, as you'll see in the video: the actions, thinking, feelings and physiology. And I guess that's what behaviour is made up of, 4 different parts. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get young people to understand and kind of reflect on some of their own behaviours in the past, of what part, what section of the total behaviour car was running their behaviour. And normally when their behaviour is a bit more out of control, they would understand by delivering this session that their feelings and physiology are actually running their behaviour at the time. And to get them more in control, what we want to try and say is it's the actions and thinking that will get you more in control of your behaviour. Now, I normally use the 4 seats, putting the 4 seats together and throwing a scenario or a situation in there. What tends to happen is the young people actually can reflect on it much easier, because it's there in front of them. We're actually talking about something that's happened that they can refer to. Okay, now what I need is I need 4 volunteers. 4 volunteers. Guys, listen up. 4 volunteers that are happy to speak. Okay, there's one. And if there's another one, there's one there, and one more.
James. Jack.
Go for it. Okay, take a seat, wherever you want. Now I've just put these guys into the shape of a car. Alright? So I could use a car outside, but I put you into the shape of a car. So basically, looking at the way this car is set up, alright, looking at the way this car is set up, we have actions and thinking at the front, and we have feelings and physiology at the back.
Woo!
So what's your name? Your actions. Okay? Cool. And your thinking. Cool. And your feelings. And your physiology. So you're the heart rate. Okay? Now I'm going to ask the rest of the group to also volunteer in a second. But I'm going to ask you to think about something. Can I just put that there if that's alright? So basically, what I'm going to try and teach you here is I'm going to teach you some stuff about behaviour. Now, behaviour is not behaviour. So, for example, if you're in school and something happens to you in school, guys, are you listening? If something happens to you in school, it's not because the way you're behaving, it is 4 different things that are making up your behaviour. The 4 different things, guys, you need to listen, is actions, thinking, feelings, and physiology. Now, can I just ask the rest of the group, not the guys that are sitting here, the rest of the group, guys, listen up. Can I ask the rest of the group to think about something in their life that they have done that they now regret? So I want you to think of a personal thing. Now, I'm not going to ask you to share it. I don't want you to tell me what it is. Don't worry about that. So I've asked you to think about a time in your life where you have behaved in a way now that you regret. Now, it could be a fight you had with someone, it could be a fight you had with your parents, it could be a fight you had with someone that almost drove in front of you, it could be a fight you had with your pal at the weekend, it could be a fight you had with someone on the way in here tonight. But it has to be something that you regretted. Okay? Now can I ask, not these guys here, but now can I ask you to stand up if, and I'm not going to ask you to share it, I want you to stand up if you think your feelings and physiology were running your behaviour at that point in time. Okay, on you go.
I'm going to get ready for the jump back and it's going to go in
Okay, brilliant. Can you take a wee seat, please? Take a wee seat. So basically, what's just happened there, guys, you need to listen. There needs to be silence here. What's just happened here is everybody, more or less, in this group has just said if they behave in a way that they regret, once they look back on it, they're saying their feelings and physiology are running their behaviour. Yeah? So now I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to take a behaviour and I'm going to throw a behaviour into this car. Alright? Now when I throw this behaviour into this car, guys, you need to listen. When I throw the behaviour into the car, what I'd like you to do is tell me the first thing in the total behaviour model that reacts. Okay? So, and it's about everyone in this car.
No.
Right? So I've just met you outside school, and I've just called your mum a complete such and such. Now, guys, can you tell me? Now, remember your feelings, your physiology, your actions, and your thinking. Which part of the behaviour starts the reaction? Physiology. So your heart rate changes. Am I right in saying that?
Yes.
You then feel very angry.
Your heart's pumping.
You feel your heart's pumping.
Then your actions.
You're angry. Right, okay, so your heart's pumping. Guys, you need to listen to this. Your heart's pumping, you're angry, then what happens? Then what happens? Then you think about what you're going to say. Guys, it's just for these guys just now, yeah? So can I just say, it's gone from physiology to feelings, then to actions and thinking. Can I just say to you, see after I say that, I say to you, come on then. Right? Can I say, if I'm now squaring up to you, can you tell me which part of the four behaviour things, actions, thinking, feelings and physiology, which part of it is then starting to react to?
Your actions.
Your head, your thinking, you're starting to think about what you're doing next. Your physiology is getting a lot harder, and you're feeling angry, and then that's the point where you start kicking into it. So if I was to round up this session quickly, and if I was to ask you, what do the back two seats do? Do they make you in control or out of control? Out of control. So if your back two seats of the car are driving, you're out of control.
No.
If the front two seats of your car are driving, you're in control.
Yeah.
So for example, does anyone like football here? Okay, I'm going to give you an example quickly. Girls, you might not remember this if you don't like football so much. But those of you who do like football, can I get you to pass your minds back to probably a few years ago when there was a World Cup on? And to be honest with you, you guys would have been very young. But I'll tell you right now, I know for a fact you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, some of you that do play football on a daily basis, if you get a hard tackle, right, and you're the one that's been tackled, you either stand up and you take it and you walk away, or what you do is you shout a load of abuse and actually get sent off, possibly. Right? That's the two options. So for example, guys, if you were to get tackled, and if you were to stand up after getting tackled, and you stood up and went, that guy shouldn't have done that, and walked away, see if you walk away, what part of your behaviour is running your behaviour?
Your brain.
Your thinking and actions. It's alright. Your thinking and actions. Now, can I just give you an example of a really well-known thing that happened in football? Guys, you need to listen. Can you give you an example of something well-known that happened in football? Does anyone know the guy the footballer called Zinedine Zidane? Okay, so listen, right? So in that football game, in the World Cup, somebody said something to him. And his feelings and physiology were running his behaviour, which made him out of control. And what did he do?
He headed them, he done that. Oh, you.
And then what happened?
And then the guy fell to the ground.
Sent off. Yeah. So can I just finish this off? If your feelings, guys, listen, if your feelings and physiology are running your behaviour, you are out of control. If your actions and thinking are running your behaviour, you are in control. So as you'll see from the video towards the end and throughout, I was discussing
total behaviour car with the young people, I really get them to feel what's going on, and try not to influence their I guess their response to what I'm talking about as much as possible. Get them to really think about what's going on for them, and by using the football as an example, I guess you can use anything as an example, but football's probably quite a good example to use. And by using the example of someone standing up after being tackled heavily and just walking away from the tackle, is very much just getting to understand that it's the actions and thinking that are running their behaviour at that point in time. Unlike Zinedine Zidane in the last World Cup, who stood up and headbutted the other player and was sent off because of it. And the reason why he did that was because his feelings and physiology were running his behaviour. So I guess use an example the young people they know a bit about. I'm not saying they know about that, but use an example they know a bit about, and try not to spend too long on it, because it's quite intense learning about the total behaviour.